Good evening, everyone. In this tutorial, again, we are going to talk about machine learning. So, in this one, I'm going to show you a machine learning project which can help us in finding out the real news and fake news. If you have a news with you, you want to know whether it's real or fake. So, this machine learning project you can use for finding out the same. So, let me just rename this project first to fake and real news, right? And it's a very popular machine learning project. If you are into this domain right now, I hope you guys know about it very well. So I've already uploaded the data set that we'll be using for this machine learning project. The first thing that we have to do is we need to upload all the dependencies, right? So these are all the dependencies we'll be using for this project. So numpy, then pandas for reading the CSV file, re is for regular expression, right? Because we'll be using NLP techniques here in this machine learning based projects. So for that, we'll be using RE. Then stop words for finding out the stop words present in the corpus, port stemmer for stemming and lemmatization, and then it is TF-ID vectorizer for vectorization purpose. Then we'll be using train test split for splitting the data into two parts, training set and testing set. After that, we'll be using logistic regression model for this project. And finally, using this function accuracy score, we'll evaluate the performance of our model. So let's execute all these lines of code and see what our Google Colab will give us. So it executed all the lines of code successfully. Let's create a code cell, right? And let's import all these stop words from NLTK. So NLTK is for Natural Language Toolkit. Okay, I've successfully downloaded all the stop words. If you don't know about stop words, let me help you with it. So stop words are basically the words which occur frequently in the corpus, right? For example, words like a, I, me, my, myself, we, are, these types of words occurs frequently in paragraphs and, in corpus. So we need to get rid of them, right? So that is the reason we have downloaded it from NLTK. Now it's time for us to create a code cell, and coming down, it's time for us to fire this line of code which will help us in reading the content present in the CSV file which I've uploaded on Google Colab. So I need to remove it first. Let's execute this line of code. Okay, let's see whether pandas will be able to help us in reading the data or not. Yes, so it has successfully read the data, and now the data is in this variable named news underscore data set. Fine, let's now come down and let's try to find out the shape of the data set. So using this shape function, we can do it easily. So approximately 20,800 rows are present in the data set, and there are 5 different columns. So these are the features, right? Let's now print the first 5 rows data. So with the help of this function named head, we can do it very easily. I hope you guys know about this function. If you don't know about it, please check out the previous 2 lectures I shooted on machine learning in which I used this head function, right? So that's the type of data which is present in the CSV file which I've uploaded, which I'm using for this machine learning project. Now there is this column called label. It's a labeled data, right? And that is the reason why we are using logistic regression. Then there are 2 types of labels, one with name 1 and the other with name 0, right? So 1 here represents that it's a real news, and 0 here represents that it's a fake news, means it's not real, right? Let's now define a code cell, and coming down, let's check whether there is any null value present in the data set or not. So counting the number of missing values, for that we can make use of dot is null dot sum, right? So okay, so that's the output it has given us. Now it's time for us to replace all the null values with empty strings. So we can see there are some cells which contains missing values. So it's time for us to get rid of those cell, so you can say get rid of those missing values. So this is one of the ways we can do it. Either filling those missing values with some other thing, we can simply put an empty string over there in place of the missing value. So fill na, that's the function with the help of which you can do it. So we have Google Colab has successfully executed for us this function. Let's now execute this one. So we are going to now merge the author name and news title together. Right. So this is how we can do it. So we are pulling the data from this variable named news dataset. Right. We are pulling the author's name, we are pulling the title name, and we are merging them together. Fine, successfully Google Colab has executed for us the code. Let's now print the things we have in this new data set for content. So that's what we have in this news data set for content. Let's create another coding cell, and it's time for us to bring the stemming into action. Support stemmer is a function we'll be using for stemming. I hope you guys know about stemming and lemmatization. If you don't know, please do go and check out my lectures of artificial intelligence. In one of the lectures, I think I've explained about stemming and lemmatization. If you don't know, if you're new to machine learning, let me explain it to you now. If suppose you have a word called, let's take an example, carry, right? So what stemming will do, it will remove the last two letters, and it will read it as car, right? So something like that happens in stemming, and lemmatization is different. It's somewhat similar to stemming, but lemmatization gives us more accurate result. Okay, if you want to know about it more, you can take the coding classes which I provide to my students. So there are almost all the types of things which I cover in my coding classes. So there are things related to web application development which you can learn. If you want to learn mobile application development, definitely you will not find better classes than mine anywhere for that. If you want to learn game development, yes, classes are available for that too. If you want to learn machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, then mobile application development, software development, you want to learn about database management. So I provide classes to for almost everything, right? So if you want, you guys can just contact me on my number, which is getting reflected right in the bottom of your screen. Just give me a call. I will help you guys with the content which I provide in my classes, and my classes are very affordable. It's not like I charge too much money. It's very affordable. Even a person from a middle class family or a lower middle class family can afford the classes easily, right? So that's the stemming function which I'll be using for splitting the data. I need to change it to lowercase data first, then I need to split the data. I need to find out the stop words present in the corpus, and finally, after eliminating the words, I'll be joining everything. And you can see this function is returning to me a thing called stemmed content finally. Okay, so let's execute the function. Fine. The Google Colab executed it successfully. It's time for us to create another coding cell. And over here, we are going to apply the stemming function on the news dataset that we created here. Right. So let's do it quickly. And oh, sorry, I forgot to apply this stemming function on it. Okay, so this time it is going to take some time because there is a lot of data present in the news dataset for content. Let's wait for some time. So by the time the line of code is getting executed by Google Colab, let me tell you about the different types of things I have on my YouTube channel. If you want to learn mobile application development, you can find the relevant tutorials on my YouTube channel. Then there are tutorials related to block-based coding, software development, application development. Like if you want to develop applications like Paint, you want to develop a full-fledged browser using Python coding, you can find everything related to the same on my YouTube channel. Just search for the content on my YouTube channel. Definitely you are going to come across some very good videos, and the course are also available in the description section in the form of a link. Just click the link, you can get the code in one single click. So the Google Colab has successfully executed for us this line of code. Let's now come down and print the content which we have right now in this news data set. So that is how we can do it. And let's see, what do we have now? Okay, so we have a content like this now in news data set. Now it's time for us to separate the data and the label, right? So we can do it like this. So it is going to get it will store for us all the content in the variable x, and the labels, that is 1 and 0, will go in variable y. Right, so that's how we can do it. It's time for us to now print the value of x and y, and for doing that we can simply use these print commands. So in x right now we have this data, and in y we have this data. So the data we have in y right now, it's in the form of numbers, and the one we have in x, it's in the form of alphabets. Right, if you want me to just show you the shape of y, so that is how we can find it out. So right now there are 20,800 rows in Y. So now we are going to make use of this vectorization method to convert the textual data we have in variable x to numerical data. Right, I hope you guys know about it very well. We imported this TF-ID vectorizer right on the top, if you remember, and now we are using it for converting the textual data into numerical data. And we are done with applying the fit function on the variable x. It's time for us to transform the data to vector form. Okay, done with it. Now let me show you what we have in variable x. So it's time for us to print the value of x. Okay, right now we have the data in the form of numbers, right? Because a machine can process only numbers. That is the reason we converted all the things which were present in the form of text in the variable x into numerical form. Okay, let's now split the data into testing and training set, and that's the way we can do it. I've already told you about this line of code many times in the previous machine learning lectures. If you guys want to know about it again, you can check out the previous lectures. Definitely you will get to know about this line of code more. So we have successfully splitted the data into two parts, training set and testing set. Let's create another coding cell, and let's coming down, we need to execute this line of code, which will help us in accessing the logistic regression present in sklearn, and it will put it in this model named variable. Okay, so now we have the logistic regression with us. It's time for us to train it with the help of the training data. We have an x train and y train variable. So that is how we can train our model. We successfully trained our model. It's time for us to find out the accuracy of the model on the basis of the trained data. Means right now what we are doing with the help of these two lines of code, we are going to find out the performance of our model on the basis of the data which it already knows about, which it already has the information about. Right, so let's see what we will get as the output. Okay, so Google Colab successfully executed for us the line of code which we just passed. It's time for us to check out the accuracy. So it's 98.6%. Its performance, its value, its accuracy is 98.6%. So definitely it's a very good model. And it's time for us to now check the accuracy of the model for the testing data, which it doesn't have any information about. Right, we train the data through training data, right, and now we are testing and evaluating the performance of the model based on the testing data. Okay, so it doesn't have any information about testing data. Let's see what we'll get as an accuracy score. So it's 97.9% accurate. That's a very good accuracy rate. It's time for us to now check out whether our model is working fine or not. So I'm passing it a value 3, and it's now going to predict for us for 3 whether it is the real news or fake news. So if the prediction is equal to 0, it means that it's a real news, otherwise it's a fake news. So let's execute the code, and 0. So the news is real, right? If I'll change it to, let me just change it to 1, and let's execute the code. So 0 again, news is real, that is perfectly fine. If I'll change it to 6, 0 again, the news is real. So that's working perfectly fine. So that is how you can develop a model and train it and use it for finding out whether a news is real or fake. This is it from my side in this lecture. If you guys want to know more about machine learning, you can join my coding classes. You can contact me on the number below. Definitely you are going to take away many things from the coding classes which I will provide you guys. Thank you so very much for attending this meeting, for checking out this lecture and supporting my channel, showing your love to me. Please keep sharing my videos in your groups so as to make me reach to the maximum possible students out there who wants to learn coding, who wants to design different types of things they can do with the help of coding. Thank you so very much. Bye bye. Take care and have a great day ahead.